Hello nerds, it's Margaret, and this is a reading vlog. Start of yet another reading vlog. I'm having fun doing these, and I find myself thinking of things that I want to tell you guys, and then of course I get in front of the camera and completely forget it. Let's see, what are we doing? Oh, this is day one of G's Magical Readathon for Christmas at Hogwarts edition. So I need to finish a book tonight. It's not going to be Gemina, probably. So I have about 100 pages left of The Young Elites, and I want to get some... my room needs some work still, so I probably need to get that done. But first, hold on. It's so far away. But first, I want to get... well, first I need to actually get last week's reading vlog up, because it's almost done except for the last two clips, so it shouldn't take me that much longer to edit those and get those up, and hopefully you guys will get to see that tonight sometime. And then I figure while I'm waiting for that to render and all of that crap, I will read to, I need to get to at least page 140, because Mia was like, oh my gosh, something happens there, and I'm like, well, I don't know what's happening because I'm not there yet. I kind of was tired and went to sleep last night. I got to page 125 and crap has gone down, and it's been a mess. So we're trying to experiment, which is parting our hair on the other side, to see if that's why this side always looks so sad, because this side just looks sad. But I think we have discovered that this side, when my hair is going this way versus this way, it just curls better going this way, because these curls aren't much to write home about, let's be honest. But that's pretty nice. I like that. Look at that. That could actually be considered curly instead of just mildly wavy. As chosen by the Twitter poll, I have started Every Heart a Door Away by Shauna McGuire. I'm about 20 minutes in, and holy crap, is the writing for this pretty. Like, oh, my favorite sentence so far is this quote that they're talking about Eleanor. And it says she was a story, not an epilogue. I don't know the exact wording, but I'm really hoping for my physical copy to come in from my library. I might have to just buy this book, because I can already tell I really like the writing style. I don't mind flowery language as long as it's still serving a purpose. I don't mind when people do clever things with their words. I don't mind when they come up with clever turns of phrase, because for me, that's part of what I enjoy reading, is reading like just sentences that you just go, whoa, at. And so I don't mind that, and I really like this, and I like I really like we've just met Sumi, and I like her. She's so adorable. So it's gonna be very interesting to read that. I should be done it probably by tomorrow, I think, which means, and then when I'm done with that, I will probably, if Warcross, I've already read Warcross, if Wildcard is not in by that point, which I don't think it will, because I'm second on the list. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. If I'm going to start Ever the Hunted, because I got Once a King in my December LitJoy Crate box, and I want to have read the first two books, because I know it's a companion series to the Ever the Hunted series. So I want to read the first two books, and I'm going to probably listen to them on audiobook. And then, so we're home from work. I'm going to... Where are my comfy pajamas? I don't know what I did with them. I'm going to change into my pajamas, because I'm that kind of person that I just come home and I change into my pajamas, because I don't really own loungewear. I mean, I guess I own a pair of... I probably should change into the yoga pants, because I probably should do yoga. Ugh. Fine. I'll change into yoga pants, but they're not nearly as warm as my fluffy pajamas. Anyways, I'm going to sit here after I change into comfy clothes, and I'm going to read Gemina for a little while, because Mia is probably just like waiting for me. I mean, she's probably not waiting for me, but just wanting me to get further on in the story so we can actually talk about wherever she is. So I'm going to sit and read this, because I need to read this today, and I need to get started on Nothing Happened, because that's the next book on my Magical Readathon TBR. This light makes my roots look really kind of gray. I got to page 200 in Gemina, and I think I'm going to try and get to like 250 or 300 tomorrow. We shall see. But I'm going to see how much of Nothing Happened I can get read tonight, because this is my next book for the Magical Readathon. And this one I'm really excited about, because it's a I mean, I'm excited about Gemina too. But it is a retelling of Much Ado About Nothing with Beatrice and Benedict, who are one of my top OTPs of all time.
Like, they are the ones who taught me to love OTPs, the banter. Probably. I don't know. Was there banter? I mean, there was banter in Batman the Animated Series, which I think is why I love Enemies to Lovers so much. Anyways, ooh, that's glare. Anyways, so I'm gonna read this now. Hello, nerds. You can't tell the brother has just arrived home from Indiana for Christmas. Oh gosh, is it Christmas already? Ugh. Anyways, let's see how long it takes him to come up and say hi to me. He's sitting down to eat. Are you forgetting something? Yeah, Mom's feeding him because we just had dinner and we waited for him. And
I'm the one that came all this way. You can at least come down the stairs.
Younger siblings, am I right?
Fine.
Oh, you got new glasses.
No, I didn't. This is the same set of glasses that I got. Were you going to film me as I said
Yeah, well,
hi?
I was actually going to come down and give you a heart. Ugh. I'm so short. And you're strangling me.
No, I'm crushing you.
That was like a WWE moment.
There's a difference.
Alright, I'm going to go now. They're arguing over the gift BJ sent my parents earlier this month. He bought them magic so they could practice and then play with him. This house is really loud now that he's home. Anyways, so please hold on. We're gonna... I started Nothing Happened last night and I like it. I'm not exactly a big, like, it's using several different point of views, and I think as we discussed last week, Margaret doesn't like a whole bunch of point of views, especially when one of them is like the bad guy. I have no use for that, guys. Sorry, not sorry. I'm just like, can we get back to my people? Although I guess like it's important, but at the same time, I don't care. Just don't care about him. So anyways, I'm working on Nothing Happened. I have been listening to Every Heart a Doorway. I like it. We just got to the part where someone has been murdered, and I'm very kind of sad about the murder, although that character was a little more open about certain things than I'm comfortable with. She said something, and I was just like, oh my gosh. But anyways, I am sad, because I liked her character, and it's sad that she won't be in it. So... that's sad. I'm probably gonna go maybe try hanging downstairs with the family while I read, I guess. They're watching some nature show because my dad likes those apparently now. I need BJ to log me in to his Amazon so I can buy Christmas presents. Just remembered that. So, anyways, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah. Thick. No, cuttlefish are much more squat. Also, they don't have as many.
They have more
too.
They have more.
No, that's Nautilus. Thank you. They have a harder shell.
We watched them. No, they have more of the front tentacle things.
Also, cuttlefish have more control over the physical texture of their skin.
This dude has been home for all of like 2 hours, and he's attacking me for my book buying choices.
100%. This is what I'm supposed to do.
I told...
Hello, it's me with a better beard, but worse hair.
Actually, I like your hair better because it's shorter.
Well, no, it's not. I didn't get a haircut. It's just down. Although, it's not as bad as it was.
He at least he doesn't have the flippies that are back there.
I didn't have those last time either.
Probably not. I don't remember. I'm just so used to your hair being a wreck.
No.
Anyways, so I was telling him, I asked him if he brought his copy of A Darker Shade of Magic, and what did you say?
I said, no, I brought a math book instead. It's my job. What do you want from me?
You're the most ridiculous person I know. He brought a math book.
By the way, I didn't actually say that until just now for effect.
He brought a math book.
What? It's catastrophe theory. All right? Doesn't that sound cool?
Isn't that just the United States of America?
Wow. No, it's not a political theory. Text.
What was it? I was watching Jesse, the Reader's live show, and someone asked him if he had any good horror recommendations, and I replied, just watch the American news cycle.
I mean, The trouble with that is that doesn't have any, like, narrative development.
Oh, shut up.
It just happens, and it's like, and, like, you know.
Anyways, so I asked him if he had brought his copy that his wonderful sister, bought him for his birthday of A Darker Shade of Magic because I wanted to share the joy. Speaking of which, I need to buy you the rest of your Christmas present.
I mean, me too. I've got random things that I'm like, oh, she'd like this, but also I need to buy things for you.
You should get me at least one book because no one gets me books anymore.
So I want you to know that I didn't bring that book because I expected to spend my time reading your book.
Okay, that works. Back to the story. I asked him if he'd brought A Darker Shade of Magic, and he's like, no, I didn't bring it. I was like, oh, well, I have 2 copies. And then he started judging me for having 2 copies of one of my favorite series.
But also, you should just get rid of the bad one. The one that's not as good.
That's the original hardcover, BJ.
That's nice.
The original, it doesn't have the red end papers.
I clearly have no love for history, apparently. I'm just a novel man.
He is disowned. I just want to show y'all to what I came home to. Do y'all recognize that spot? Does that spot look familiar, my friends?
What do you want from me? What could you possibly want?
For you not to take over my space!
I need to have computery space and even...
Look at this nerd! Look at this! He's got one computer, another computer, and he's got all of his magic cards out.
Well,
I was actually
select things.
I was actually surprised that you did not, I did not come home to you wrangling the parents into a game. He has even taken over my bathroom. That, well, not that, but all of that, and yeah. I've been invaded, guys. In other news, I went out to my car to get something. And I have caught myself and kept myself from doing this. My hair is doing weird things every other time that I have almost done this. But I literally walked up to my front door to leave the house. And of course, and you have to understand, we lock all the doors in our house. We just do. It's a thing that happens. They're always locked. We lock people out of the house all the time. It just happens. It's how my dad raised me, to lock people out of the house. And I walked up to the front door. And I tried to unlock it from the inside of my house. Anyways, so that's how my day's going. I am probably not going to get a lot of reading done tonight because I think I'm going to go hang out with a friend and watch some movies, which means I'll get some bullet journaling done, which is great because I am very, very behind. But I am on page 83 if nothing happens. I am liking it. I'm enjoying it's still a little bit all over the place for me. And I do kind of wish that we were getting, like, we've had a couple of scenes that feel like they were taken straight from a Shakespeare play. But like my favorite scene from the play, which is the first one, like one of the first ones where you get that amazing line. Hold on, I have to look this up. My favorite exchange is from the very beginning, and it's the one where Benedict is like, "What, my dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?" And Beatrice responds, "Is it possible Disdain should die while she hath such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict?" I love that. And we didn't get that, and I was kind of hoping we would get kind of a modern version of that. And like, I'm liking the story, and I'm liking the dynamics and stuff, and how Molly Booth is reinterpreting stuff. But at the same time, I'd like it to be a little closer, to recognize a little bit more of Shakespeare in this play. And at this point, I'm not really recognizing much of Shakespeare. And then I'm also, I got another 50 pages of Gemina read. I'm on page 250. I'm almost halfway through. See? And I'm loving this one. I mean, I still love it. We're finally getting to some of the good stuff, and we're starting to see maybe why certain things turn out the way they turn out. We got to, there was a part, I don't do well with, like, I love reading sci-fi, but this one more than Illuminae is kind of, the creepy crawlies in this one. Hello, nerds. So, as you can tell by the fact that it is actually straight and not curly, I got my hair done today. Also by the fact that I don't have brown roots. I did not update you guys yesterday. I'm a bad person. It's okay. So, not much happened. I didn't get much reading done yesterday because we went to see Aquaman, which I enjoyed, and I will tell you more about, I guess. I'm going to see if I can't grab my brother and have him talk to you about what he thought of the movie as well. But yeah, I didn't get all that much read. I did finish Every Heart a Doorway, basically. Like, I had 2 minutes to listen to this morning, but yeah, whatever. I liked it. I thought it was good. I liked her writing style. I really liked her writing style and how she words things and, like, her phrasing, and her writing was just pretty. But I felt like the, like, second half of the, maybe not the second half of the book, but, like, especially the very end, it just felt very rushed and kind of anticlimactic. It made sense and everything, but it felt a little anticlimactic. Anyways, I've gotten a lot more reading done today. I've been listening to The Rose Society, which I started this morning. I've been listening to The Rose Society, which is the sequel to The Young Elites. And then I read a whole heckaton of Gemina. And I was very confused for a little bit there, but now I understand. We've got some Star Trek Voyager stuff going up in this thing. Specifically because there's an episode of Star Trek Voyager that is very much similar to what is happening in Gemina right now. So anyways, I am going to go and watch a terrible movie with my family, aka Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief, which I actually don't think is absolutely horrible. It has some redeemable things, like the fact that it involves Percy Jackson, and Annabeth Chase, but that's probably about the only thing it's got going for it. So I just finished Nothing Happened by Molly Booth, gave it a solid 3 stars. I thought it was cute. I thought it was really, like, I liked the very beginning kind of wasn't my favorite, because I didn't realize, I guess, because I've read Much Ado About Nothing, so many times. I've lost count. It is my favorite Shakespeare play. I've seen so many versions of it. I have, the Catherine Tate, David Tennant version is the best one, by the way, if you can get a hold of that. It is the best version that exists because it has a drunk David Tennant dancing in jorts. I will take any and all version of Much Ado About Nothing you can get me. I love this play. And part of why I love it is just because it's so witty and flirty and ridiculous and everything's an innuendo. My only problem was at the very beginning of this, like in the play, Beatrice and Benedict are always at each other's throats. And it's cute because in the play, with the language that he uses, it's so dramatic and kind of flirty. And so, like, you can definitely see where they're like, they're taking the piss out of each other, but they also really like each other. And so in this, it just kind of, I mean, Beatrice was kind of mean at the beginning of this, and it was just like, And then we got into, like, the actual plot of the play, and that was, from there on, it was great. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it. I had a little bit of an issue with the way it kept skipping around points of view, but that's just a personal issue, and I think, like, I appreciate what the author was doing. It worked kind of in the way a play would work, because there are different scenes and you have a different point of view character in each scene. And so, like, she was sticking very much to the source material. So I really liked it. It was good. And then I'm also working through, this is my next one, which is for whatever we're doing at the Three Broomsticks, because, you know, who doesn't want to hang out at the Three Broomsticks? I'm about halfway through this. I started it Friday night when we went to see Aquaman. I need to give you guys thoughts on Aquaman, don't I? This is the one that I was supposed to finish in one night, but, like, I read it for an hour and then I was tired, so I went to sleep. I have to say, I kind of like the movie better, but also the movie has Jason Momoa, and, like, seeing Arthur as a blue-eyed blonde man after the majesty that is Jason Momoa, it's a little weird. We're finished with this. This was a mess. Like, the best kind of mess. Everything is going wrong for Arthur at this point. And Superman showed up and made things worse. Not often that you can say that, actually. Unless Batman's involved. Usually it's Batman showed up and made things worse. I'm not as much a fan of the writing on this as I am on some of the other books. Like, I really liked the main three, obviously, the writers they have on the main three. Clearly, I'm a Tom King stan. Of course I like the writing on the main three. And I really have liked the art on the main three. But I was not a fan of this artwork. And I don't know, I feel like the facial expressions, especially Mara's, were kind of weird a little bit. And facial expressions usually are what get me. Like, I can deal with some janky art styles so long as your facial expressions don't make me go, why would anyone make that face? But, like, yeah, they just were places where I was like, why are they making that face. That's not the face you make for this situation. So I am going to go and work on my next read for the magical readathon. Don't worry, we're at a stoplight, as you can tell by the red light that is my face. Here, let's see this. Does this improve things? This just makes it look eerie. Alright, so apparently, this is Bella's fault. This is all Bella's fault, especially the horrible focus, because I am lit by people's headlights. But I let my friends know that they were doing 50% off select YA authors at Barnes & Noble, and they're like, hey, do you want to go to the bookstore with us? And so it doesn't matter that I've already been to the bookstore once today. I'm coming back, apparently. I am completely out of focus. Alright, so they're deciding which books they're gonna get, but I almost lost myself a friend over this book because I love it and I suggested it, and then she found out that everyone dies, and so now she's not talking to me. The good news is, hold on, let me go all the way down over here. I'm gonna put this back because I'm a conscientious. Ooh, that's an old cover. Oh no, that's the movie cover. Look at her, she's so pretty. Anyways, holy crap. I've never seen this cover before. Anyways, so. I did. Don't tell my mom. Score the third Infernal Devices book with the pretty spines. So, yeah. I'll show you the other two when we get home. To wrap up last night's damage, I guess last weekend's damage, real quick. I got, my book buying ban apparently is officially over. Because, you remember when I said, okay, anyways, let's start with this. I got Warcross by Marie Lu because I've been looking for this sucker, and they had it. And for some reason I thought it was 50% off, but then I got up to there and it wasn't, so I just got the one instead of getting both. It occurs to me that this might be on my Amazon wishlist, so I still have the receipt in case I need to take one of them back. Because there's no reason for me to have 2 copies of this book unless there's something drastically different about this book. So, and then, you remember how I was like, oh, I'm gonna get one Shadowhunters book a month, as I do my reread chronologically through the Shadowhunters books. As it turns out, Barnes & Noble Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was having a 50% off sale from 8 to midnight. And so I ended up getting Clockwork Angel with the pretty spine, Clockwork Prince with the pretty spine, and Clockwork Princess with the pretty spine. And then, this is my favorite buy, probably, but I got the Shadowhunters Codex with Cassandra Clare and Joshua Lewis. It has pretty artwork in the, there's my faves. Why does Jace not have a shirt on? Jace. Jonathan Christopher, what is his last name again? Herondale. Jonathan Christopher Herondale. But the thing that I love about this is that it has been annotated 3 different times. Once by Clary, once by Simon, and once by Jace, because Jace is a little sarcastic asshole and had to go back through and, talk back at his girlfriend in her parabatai. So, that was hilarious. Anyways, so wrapping up this week, oh, hold on. Hey, BJ. You want to give some real quick thoughts on Aquaman?
It's early in the morning. Are you filming?
I am filming right now.
I see.
You can say no. You don't have to. I'll go do my thoughts on Aquaman myself. But
I don't have terribly many thoughts on it, so.
he doesn't have a lot of thoughts on it, apparently. Okay. I don't really have that many thoughts on it either. I liked it. Some of the CGI bugged me. I guess some of the camera shots were a little suspect, according to one of the best friends. I thought it was great. I thought Jason Momoa and Amber Heard did a fantastic job. I don't understand the orm thirst that's going around on Twitter. Anyways, so I finished 3 books. The first one was Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire. I gave that 3 stars. I had a pretty kind of 3-star reading week this week because the 3 books I finished all got 3 stars. I liked it. I thought her writing was gorgeous. I thought there were a few things that, I don't know. I feel like maybe in the execution, it could have benefited from being just a little bit longer. And also, I mean, I liked it, but I'm not, that's going to give away the ending. But I wasn't exactly the hugest fan of the very, very ending. I did feel like I also felt like the mystery was solved just way too easily, and maybe we needed a little bit more foreshadowing or build towards what was going to happen, because it did feel very rushed and wrapped up real fast. I then finished Nothing Happened by Molly Booth. I liked it. I still like the original material better. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. I thought the beginning could have used a little bit less meanness and more flirtation. But that's just me. And then the final book that I finished was Aquaman Rebirth Volume 1, The Drowning. I liked it. Not as big a fan of the writing and the art as I have been of most of the other Rebirth titles that I've read so far. But I have mostly read, like, the main 3 and Batman titles for the most recent Rebirth. Like, I mean, the writing on the main 3 is obviously going to be the highest par that they can give you. Thank you so much for watching. Question of the day is comment down below with what holiday you celebrate, if you holiday any celebrates. If you celebrate any holidays at this time of the year. All of my social media stuff is going to be down in the description box. I won't bore you with that. That's it for now, my friends. I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!